Hi everybody. I want to talk with you a little bit about the work you did with Into the Grand Canyon. So I thought I would try out TouchCast at the same time. If you hear a dog or two bark or my iPad dinging, just ignore it. Some things I just can't control. I've been to the Grand Canyon and I hope that someday you'll have the chance to visit it if you haven't been there yet. It's definitely one of the most spectacular places I've ever been. The story and the work that went with Into the Grand Canyon had you focus a lot on finding details, evidence in the text, to help you better understand the characters and their actions as well as other things. You're doing a good job reading more closely and being more aware of what's actually in the text instead of just fake reading, as I like to call it. One skill you practiced was making inferences based on the details you read. An inference is just an educated guess or a conclusion based on what you know. You do this all the time in science, but probably never thought about it and how you were using inferences to help you come to the conclusion at the end of the experiment. One of the questions asked you to find a sentence that gave details about Paul's mother. Most of you marked, "Anyway, I can't imagine what my mom will say if I tell her that all I remember about the Grand Canyon is my high score." What I can infer about Paul's mother from that text, I'd say she probably wouldn't be very happy to find out that she'd sent me on this trip. Probably one that cost some money and all I did was play video games. I could do that at home and not pay an extra penny. Paul's mom would have been very disappointed. The text doesn't directly say Paul's mom was disappointed, but I can infer that from the details in the text. I'm making my best educated guess to understand what's being implied in the story. In another place in the story, you found out that Jackson has hurt himself. You were asked to find details in the story that told you how Jackson felt. Things like, "I can't catch my breath and my left ankle hurts. My ankle is starting to throb." Just from knowing how Jackson felt, you can infer that his injury was pretty serious and it was hurting him badly. Again, the text doesn't say Jackson's ankle was hurt really bad, but instead it shows you how he feels and lets you, the reader, infer about how bad his ankle is. If you fake read, you aren't paying attention to the words and the meaning, so you probably never have to infer, which is a shame. By making inferences, you broaden your understanding of the text and are better able to understand the characters, actions, and so on. So now you're going to go to Nearpod. Inference Where I Am is the title, and read some short scenarios. I'll give you the code you need to join in class. For each scenario, you will need to tell me where you think the passage is happening and explain how you came to that conclusion, making an inference. I think you're going to do great on these, but remember, in order for me to know how you came to your conclusion, you have to explain it to me in detailed, clear sentences. And don't forget to proofread your writing before you submit it.